Hello, my dear listeners. Today I'm taking you to the throne battles written with claws, teeth, and blood through the eyes of Africa's most deadly king. You'll witness the fight for survival. In the unforgiving African savanna, you lead a pride of 30 lions through droughts, territorial wars, and constant survival battles. With your 400 psi bite force and lightning speed, you are both protector and professional hunter. You were born during the dry season in Tanzania's Serengeti, when the Great Migration had passed and prey was scarce. Your mother, a skilled huntress weighing 140 kilograms, had hidden you and your two siblings in a rocky outcrop away from rival males who would kill cubs to claim the pride. You emerged into the world as a 1.5 kilogram golden furball, already bearing the genetic legacy of generations of apex predators. Your tiny roar was barely a squeak, but it carried the DNA of kings. By the way, you can write in the comments which part of the world you're watching this video from. Your first months were spent in constant hiding. Male lions kill cubs that aren't their own, and your pride was vulnerable. Your mother and aunts took turns hunting and protecting, bringing back meat that would fuel your rapid growth. Your baby teeth were already designed for tearing flesh. Your golden eyes could track movement from birth. Your claws, though tiny, were perfectly curved for gripping. You were born to rule, but first you had to survive. At 8 months old, you weighed 25 kilograms and could run 30 kilometers per hour. Your spotted coat provided perfect camouflage in the golden grasslands. Your playful wrestling with siblings was actually combat training that would save your life. Your first lesson in hunting came from watching your mother stalk a gazelle. You learned the art of patience, remaining motionless for hours, reading wind direction, calculating distance and timing. These skills would make you unstoppable. Your roar was developing. At 1 year old, you could produce sounds that carried 2 kilometers. This wasn't just noise. It was communication, territory marking, and psychological warfare all combined into one powerful weapon. Your pride structure became clear. Lionesses were the hunters, providing 85% of all kills. Males were the protectors, defending territory and cubs. You were learning both roles, preparing for the ultimate responsibility of leadership. Your first taste of real danger came when a coalition of 2 adult males challenged your pride. Your father fought bravely but was outnumbered. You watched from hiding as he was driven away, wounded and defeated. This lesson would shape your future strategy. At 18 months, you participated in your first successful hunt, a warthog weighing 80 kilograms. Your job was simple. Chase the prey toward your mother and aunts, but this coordination taught you the power of teamwork that would define your species. Your canine teeth reached 7 centimeters, perfect weapons for delivering the killing bite. Your jaw muscles could generate 400 psi of pressure, enough to crush a zebra's windpipe. Your claws extended to 4 centimeters of razor-sharp death. At 2 years old, the inevitable happened. You were exiled from your birth pride. Young males cannot stay once they reach maturity, or they risk challenging their fathers. You and your brother left together, beginning the most dangerous phase of your life. The nomadic period was brutal. You had to hunt for yourself, avoid established territories, and survive attacks from resident males. Many young lions die during this phase. Only the strongest, smartest, and most determined survived to claim their own kingdom. Your bond with your brother was crucial. Coalition males have a 50% higher success rate than solitary lions. Together, you could take down larger prey and defend against bigger threats. Your survival depended on this partnership. At 4 years old, you reached your full size. 2.5 meters long, 250 kilograms of pure muscle and determination. Your mane had grown thick and dark, a sign of high testosterone and genetic superiority that intimidated rivals and attracted females. Your opportunity came when you discovered a weakened pride led by an aging male. The previous king was injured from a buffalo encounter, and his 2 sons had recently been killed by poachers. The pride was vulnerable, leaderless, and desperate. The battle for dominance lasted 20 minutes but felt like hours. Your roar, now reaching its full power of 114 decibels, could be heard 8 kilometers away. The fight was brutal. Claws, teeth, and 500 kilograms of combined muscle colliding at 50 kilometers per hour. Victory came when you locked your jaws around your opponent's throat. Your 400 psi bite force combined with your superior conditioning decided the battle. The former king limped away, never to return. You were now the ruler of 400 square kilometers. Your first act as king was tragic, but necessary. You killed the cubs sired by the previous male. This cruel reality ensures your own genetic line while bringing the lionesses back into breeding condition faster. The Savanna's laws are harsh but effective. Your pride grew to 30 individuals, 15 adult lionesses, 8 adolescents, and 7 cubs, all carrying your genetic legacy. You ruled 400 square kilometers of prime Serengeti real estate, including 3 permanent water sources and the richest hunting grounds. Your daily routine was complex leadership. You patrolled boundaries, scent marked territory, resolved conflicts between lionesses, and planned hunting strategies. Your roar echoed across the savanna at dawn and dusk, a royal proclamation of dominance. Your lionesses were efficient killing machines. They brought down zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo with coordinated precision. Your role was to provide the final killing bite and defend the kill from scavengers. Hyena clans learned to avoid your territory completely. Your mane reached its magnificent peak, thick, dark, and extending halfway down your back. Scientists would later discover that mane darkness correlates with testosterone levels and fighting ability. Your genetics were advertising your superiority to the entire ecosystem. Your cubs learned by watching your every move. You were gentle with them, allowing play fighting and teaching basic hunting techniques. But you also knew that 80% of cubs don't survive to adulthood. The savanna is unforgiving even to royal offspring. Your greatest test came during your 6th year when a coalition of 3 younger males invaded your territory. They were in their prime, powerful, hungry, and desperate to claim your kingdom and your lionesses. The war lasted 3 days. Your superior experience and tactical knowledge gave you advantages, but their youth and numbers were formidable. The battles were epic, roars echoing across valleys, dust clouds from collisions, blood marking every territory boundary. Your strategy was brilliant. You used your knowledge of the terrain to isolate opponents, fought near water sources to limit their escape routes, and used your lioness's loyalty to create diversions. Age and cunning triumphed over raw power. The final battle was one-on-one with the coalition leader. Both of you were exhausted, wounded, and fighting for everything that mattered. Your experience showed in every move: calculated attacks, energy conservation, and psychological warfare through intimidating roars. Victory came through a perfect combination of power and precision. Your 400 psi bite force, guided by years of combat experience, delivered the decisive blow. The challenger retreated, and his coalition scattered. Your reign continued, but you knew your time was limited. At 8 years old, you were ancient by lion standards. Your mane was graying, your muscles less defined, but your wisdom was unmatched. You had successfully raised 12 cubs to adulthood and defended your territory for 4 brutal years. Your final challenge came not from rivals, but from drought. The worst dry season in decades devastated your territory. Water sources dried up, prey migrated away, and your pride faced starvation. Your leadership was tested by forces beyond any lion's control. You made the ultimate sacrifice. As your strength waned and younger challengers circled, you led your pride to territory boundaries where food and water were more abundant. This meant abandoning your kingdom to give your family a chance at survival. Your last roar echoed across the Serengeti at sunset, a sound that had dominated these plains for nearly a decade. Other lions heard and understood. The king was saying goodbye. Your reign was ending, but your genetic legacy would continue through your offspring. As you walked away from the pride you had built and protected, you understood the ultimate truth of lion society. Leadership is temporary, but the impact of strong leadership echoes through generations. Your cubs would carry your strength, wisdom, and courage into the future. In your final moments, you realized that being king wasn't about ruling others. It was about sacrificing everything to protect those you love. The crown is heavy, but the responsibility is what makes a leader legendary. Life in the wild is short but glorious. True kings are measured not by how long they reign, but by the legacy they leave behind. Sometimes the greatest victory is knowing when to step aside.